Um, and these robots, they take it. They got the male sex robot that the women falling in love with, and they got the female sex robot that the men falling in love with. They going as far as trying to marry these robots, man.
Well, you,
Uh, how would you feel if you came home and you got a Dear John letter on the table? She said she left you. You find out in the long run, she hugged up and laid up with a robot.
yo, that's crazy.
It's crazy, but it's real, man.
And you know what? I don't know. Did you ever see the TV show? It might have been like 10 years ago. It was called Humans. I think it was a Britain TV show, and it was about robots. People was order they was ordering robots, minding robots, and they looked at human like they looked at human, and you could program them. You could program them to be the nanny, program them to be your wife. They had like the sex workers, a bunch of robots, but they looked at human, and they acted like human, and like they had all different type of functions. I think it came on, was it USA? It was one of those
And and,
networks.
and, and these robots was it was it AI computerized digital
Man, it was like
uh
it
footage,
looked,
or was it real robots that was made and moving and shit
yeah,
already?
it was a real robot. It was a real robot that could walk and talk, and people would order it. It would come in like a big box, and it had like human type flush skin. It looked like a real. It was supposed to be like a real person, and they had them doing everything. One was they had a nanny, they had a wife. You could put on intimate, and they had like a whole like what's that in where they had a whole red light district. They had them all in there, and then they was after like a couple of them they were trying to eliminate because they started thinking for themselves.
Yeah,
Yo,
they just had a movie. They got a movie like that right now.
yeah,
Where
but
the dude, they set him up with where they gave him a robot to test out. I think he was out of space with the robot, and he fell in love with the robot. Yeah, they making them robots right now. I thought I had the footage on air.
and the crazy thing about that is the robots, like they say, the AI gonna start thinking for itself in the future. That's what a couple of robots should start doing, and they were trying to eliminate they're trying to find them and eliminate them.
Oh, okay. They were trying to find the robots and eliminate them.
Yeah, the ones that
Yeah, I
start
seen
thinking for
that. I
themselves.
see that. I seen
Yeah,
that. I just showed this something I just showed right here. You might have seen it. This footage is a little old, but this actually happened. This is the kind of robot you saying you don't want to work next. And it's just the dude. Look, it's just the man. Look what it did. That's unacceptable right there, bro. That is
but
crazy.
you gotta think about
Yeah.
it. If you got little machines that'll go haywire and backfire, and imagine a robot that got somewhat of a brain, artificial intelligence.
Yeah, and this would scare a lot of people because there's a lot of footage out there where robots is telling us that basically they about to take over. Now I want to play. I really don't want to play it right
But
now.
did you see? I think it was over in one of those other European countries where they got rid of their whole journalist staff and they're using AI. And they say pretty soon
Oh
they're gonna
yeah.
be taking over.
Now, man, it's like they fucking up like talent, man. Like art for something, music, drawing, writing, the arts.
Yeah,
It's like no longer wild thing. Like, that's amazing. Like, now anybody can just get behind a computer and make a song, write a book with no skills at all. All they got to do is use AI, and
Well,
you
that was
wouldn't
the
even
whole
use
that
the
was the
test.
whole thing with writing books. They was talking about like people don't even gotta write books anymore. All they doing is pitching the idea to AI, and AI is people writing books, getting paid for stuff that AI doing.
But okay, with that, books like Iceberg Slim, books like those that know would know, like, nah, human being ain't this. Nah, you could like books like that. You could tell, like, nah, human had to go through this shit to write that. You think they that good?
Well,
Or good novels and shit?
you figure if you writing this a script, and if you put this in, put this in, and put this in, and then you say write a story about it, it's going to take all your information and it's going to write a story, everything that you told it to do.
The slang and everything, though.
Well, I don't know about the slang unless you put
That's
that in
what I'm
there too,
saying.
and
That's
unless
what
you
I'm
put that in
saying.
there too. Because basically all you're doing is putting a little bit of information in, and it's writing the whole story for you.
See, this people don't understand this robot thing is because we've seen it our whole life. We've seen it with the Terminator is the best prime example of when things get out of hand.
Yeah, Terminator. They even had it was either I think it was it Super Friends or a Superman cartoon where they were on another planet and they had the people were slaves and the robots was controlling everything. I think with
Oh,
Doomsday
shit,
and
yeah.
Superman. Yeah.
But then you look at friendly little family shows, movies like Johnny Five.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, he was on wheels. He wasn't a walking kind, but they had him highly advanced. And this
Yeah.
movie came out in the 80s, I believe.
Yeah, in the 80s.
So look at that. So they been had the robot or the idea.
Well, look at Buck Rogers, Star Wars.
I wanna before I get into that, I wanna backtrack a little bit where I was at when I first started the show today. I talked about the votes in the election and how I seen footage of Trump saying that they're gonna have to recount the votes or do something where it's gonna last 12 days. Did you hear that? It's
Nah, I
not
ain't-
gonna be violent tomorrow at he wanted at 9 or 10 o'clock for for them to say who won, but he said they did something where they gotta wait 12 days. Did you hear that?
yeah, I ain't hear that, but I mean, they say they claim it's going to be real close. They say I think Trump was ahead in Pennsylvania. They said, and Kamala was ahead in a couple other states, and but some news is saying one person up 2%, one person down, and the other person like. So I guess they claim it's going to be the closest run in history, but they say it about all elections basically. Since I've been alive, them saying, "Oh, it's the closest one in history." But the crazy thing about it, like, even if one of them, let's say, even if Kamala win, but when you deal with the electoral vote, she might not get that. You know, it might be a lot of Trump lovers dealing with the electoral vote.
Do you think because they broadcasting it and they trying to make it seem like on both sides, whoever wins, the other side that lost gonna be violent. Have you been hearing that and seeing that how they broadcasting that?
Nah, I just been hearing about it. I just been seeing like the Trump supporters keep talking about, oh, it's going to be a civil war, but they said that when he lost, it's going to be a civil war, or it's going to be havoc if Trump don't win. I think they be using that like it's a scare tactic so people can vote for Trump.
Yeah. And they've been. I see on in the media they've been, you know, locking people up, handcuffing people at the vote, saying that they being too persuasive, and they basically trying to get people to vote other than who they voting on. That's a bunch of bullshit,
Yeah,
though. Like,
because I seen the news the other day. Well, I caught a part of it. They said Elon Musk was supposed to appear in in court because remember he was giving out $1 million every day,
yeah, I told you that was against the law.
and they said he ain't show up in court, but he got the money. He probably just had the shit postponed. The
Yeah.
election's over with, whatever.
So Kamala Harris, they just fenced her house up. They put a big fence around her house because they fear that she gonna have some violent, you know.
Oh, if she win,
Yeah. And they also did the same thing to the White House. So I believe they know she gonna win. Look at this. Look how they. Now you know the White House never had.
oh yeah, they put like
Yeah,
the little fence part. Oh
yeah. The
yeah.
White House never had that. So they preparing. They for them to do that, being that allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly, Trump had attempts, people attempting to take in his life, but they never put the fence up or never fence where he lived at or said nothing about that. So I'm
Yeah, you're
taking
right.
it as they preparing for her to be in there.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like.
Yeah,
Because why he ain't got no fence up around his no security around his property.
yeah. And if so, man, uh, like I told y'all before, man, it's already planned, man. Who they gonna get in there?
Yeah, well, like I say, eh, whatever way it's gonna go, but it's looking like Kamala because she had all the big name celebrities and they keep saying that she's more popular than Trump. Trump ratings done went down, and so it looked like it's going her way, but like I said, you never know because she might get the popular vote and the electoral vote might be Trump. It might be like Al Gore and Bush. Remember Al Gore after Clinton? Al Gore was Clinton vice president. He had the popular vote, but he didn't have the electoral vote or something.
Okay, so the popular vote is just hearsay voting,
No, the
or
popular vote is the popular vote. It's the people, but then you got the electoral vote,
it's
and
the machine, right?
it's certain people in certain states that vote.
See, I don't get this shit.
Matter of fact,
So if you have the
let me
popular vote, it don't overpower the people vote.
the popular vote is the people vote. The
It don't
electoral,
overpower the electoral vote.
uh-uh.
So fuck the popular vote. Shit, that ain't helping.
But most of the time, the majority of the time, the electoral vote and the popular vote go together. But if it don't go, if the popular vote go and elect and the other vote, electoral vote is different, then they go with the electoral vote.
Okay. Like I said, I was backtracking a little bit. The Venezuelan gangs. They making a lot of noise in different states.
Mm-hmm.
It was Colorado. It was New York, where they got in New York. They in Midtown New York, Midtown Manhattan. Is it? Midtown New York. I take it that's a lot of, middle class or, white people. Is a heavy police presence in
In New
some
York,
parts of New York.
in New York City.
Yeah.
Or New-
There's a heavy police presence in some parts of New York where the gangs is not infesting it, and there's some parts of New York where it's out of control. But my thing on that is all over America, it always been like that.
Yeah, you're right. You only see a bunch
In
of
white areas is heavy police, and you don't see people on the street corner. You don't see crime like that because all the police is doing their job in those communities. But when it comes to black areas and Latino areas, people got to fend for themselves. You know what I'm saying? And in New York right now, Chicago, the people in Chicago, they're not playing with them.
nah, but you know what? A lot of see, and that's another thing. That's another thing. If Trump do win, it might be because of the border situation. You got a lot of people that were Democrats that's going for Trump because of the border situation. They saying like all these people's coming in over the border, especially like the Venezuela gang members and child traffickers coming from Venezuela, and they what a couple months ago they said they even had some ISIS affiliate people that they caught trying to cross the border. So a lot of people they don't like what Joe Biden did with the border situation, how he left the borders open. Remember in Texas and I think Arizona, remember they put barbed wire all on the border,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the Biden administration cut the barbed wire and everything. So that made a lot of people not want to vote for Kamala because she's supposed to be in charge of the border situation.
And it's like, I don't want to be like the one that say, you're bad because you're from another country. And you're bad because you're trying to come somewhere where you think you can get a better life.
I
Because
mean,
it is some people that sneak over here want to, that's not bad people that just want to
yeah,
better their life.
it's a lot of
Now, you
people.
feel me?
It's a lot of people that come over here to better their life. I mean, it's a small percentage of people that's in gang and child trafficking. That's a small percentage compared to all the other people that come over here.
But
But
that's under the microscope.
yeah, well, they do it just like with black people. Remember how all black people are criminals and gang bangers
Yeah,
and it's just drug dealers,
to
and
this
it's a
day.
small percentage of black people that's drug dealers and gang bangers out of all the 40 million. It's a very small percentage.
Yeah. Look at this in Chicago. The people is not having it. And like I said, man, I want the people that's coming over here, I want them to know that they in a bad situation too when it comes to poverty. And it only make it worse trying to combat the people that's basically natives of that community because in some areas, especially black neighborhoods, we're not gonna play with you. It's gonna go down. You feel me? And this footage I'm gonna show you, they didn't result to guns, anything, but you can hear somebody saying, "We need to scrap. We need to go." But it got out of hand where the neighborhood had to come together. Look.
Yeah, they scary ass. And there's a million of their ass though. Look at Walt. Look at Lil Walt. Look at Lil Walt. Look at Lil Walt. Look at Lil Walt.
But this is how it's still in the street. where police don't come, and when we go to the neighborhood, saying, nah, y'all not taking over this shit. We're gonna fight back. You know what I'm saying? Got Stereo riding from the building. Says there are no elections, my guy. So shit different. Cocked up. Yeah, I said that on Stereo. It's crazy because you see what he said, Nasir?
Yeah, there are no
So he
elections. My God, same shit, different sock puppet. Yeah, I mean, basically, I say it's two different parties, but basically the same agenda. Like,
so that footage I just showed, that's Chicago natives, you know, fending for their neighborhood, man. And just because they put up there it's Venezuelan gangs, we don't know.
yeah, but you know what it is. Like, I was watching some footage where it was on the news where they was like, I guess it's like abandoned complex or whatever, and they
Yeah,
was like.
that was in Colorado, I believe.
No, oh, you talking about where they took over
They
Venezuelans
took
took
over the
over like a
building.
couple buildings, but this was in
Yeah,
Chicago. It was an abandoned
Chicago.
complex, a building, and they was like they rolled past it, and they was like, you don't see nobody during the day, but they said at nighttime you see all the Venezuelan gang members out there, and said they be having big guns. These was the black people in the neighborhood was saying like, yeah, it be over 100 of them out hanging out there, whatever at nighttime. He said they be having big guns.
In the black neighborhood in Chicago. I
Yeah.
thought see, this the thing. Why we and I gotta be the one to say it on the Lake Ave Radio Show. Why are we so soft when it comes to other people? Like we have big guns when it comes to destroying ourselves. We'll be out there shooting each other, killing 10 people a day.
But you know what it is? I
But
mean,
when somebody else, another race pop up with ammunition, now we so intimidated. What's up with that, man?
but you know what it is? They ain't say that they was terrorizing the neighborhood. They just said at nighttime they all hang out at that building or duplex, and said there'd be so many of them out there at nighttime. They say during the day because they rolled past during the day. It was a dude. He was a ex-gang member. He like, you come out here. He's like, you don't see nobody right now. He said, but at nighttime you might see 100 to 200. They be out here with their guns. I mean, he ain't say they terrorizing the neighborhood. He said, I guess that's just the hangout spot. I mean, you figure.
Okay.
I mean, you want to hang out with people that look like you from your culture, and especially if you gang affiliated, you hang out with your gang.
Okay.
But the whole thing about that, see, the problem with Chicago is you putting these people already in a poverty-stricken neighborhood. Of course, it's going to be some friction. Like if you already
take over.
if you already is in a community that's being struck by poverty, and then you bring other people in, and then you start catering to the other people that's not U.S. citizens. Of course, the poor people in that neighborhood, they're gonna feel some type of way.
But look on the flip side, right? We're gonna go to Queens, New York, and I'm gonna show you the same footage, but a different reaction from a better neighborhood. Now watch when the same gang, allegedly the same gang, do the same thing in a better neighborhood with white people, and watch the conversation, how they're gonna have, basically the government, the army or National Guard step in But they never talk that way when it comes to the hood when shit happens.
Nah, but
Growing concerns among residents and business owners here. They say they're losing their community. Former city councilman Hiram Montserrat wants Governor Kathy Hochul to send in the National Guard.
This is organized crime.
So an entire New York City neighborhood has been taken over by gangs, and there's nothing the city's able to do about it. Because even after several police raids of this formerly vibrant middle-class neighborhood, the levels of criminal activity here continue to soar. And that's why residents are demanding the governor step in and send in the troops.
I actually got to speak to a couple of community members. They say that organized crime has taken over this community. They demand the community be cleaned up immediately because walking down the street isn't safe anymore.
You want to live in this country. You want to get the American dream, and what you're doing is completely wrong. You're breaking the law.
Now they're in broad daylight. They're in front of schools. We have garbage. We have illegal vendors.
We say no more, and we're going to shut you down.
That's the promise from officers raiding this Roosevelt Avenue massage parlor.
2 days after, they reopened, and we came here last night. They were here.
The mayor said the flood of migrants coming to the city with little support systems contribute to the situation.
And you know, police tell us that the migrant crisis has really made this problem so much worse. Not only is there increased gang activity, but also
the Trinidad Outlaw gang that originates in Venezuela has now made the United States their second home. This gang is now hidden in plain sight within the 1 million Venezuelans that have entered the country.
We're already in trouble because they've been here for a while and they're involved in so many different crimes. You name the crime, they're going to be involved in it.
For months, crime in a middle-class part of New York has been allowed to surge to levels beyond anyone's control. But even though things here have gotten really bad over the last 2 years, what nobody's talking about is that this never would have happened in the first place if we had laws that punished criminals, but we don't. And the growth of crime here is something critics say is headed to every neighborhood in town if things don't change. And if troops aren't sent in to get rid of these gangs. Because what we're witnessing in this part of town is the end game of every type of crime our leaders continue to defend as non-violent and victimless. Like shoplifting, which we've decriminalized in this state and made a non-jailable misdemeanor, which allows repeat criminals to earn thousands taking whatever they want from any store in town and reselling it, which you'll see happening on Roosevelt Avenue on practically every street corner, with some open-air theft markets set up right by the stores those goods come out of. But that's far from the only type of crime taking place in that part of town 24 hours a day. Here you'll find everything from illegal food vendors operating restaurant-grade kitchens right on the sidewalk, to businesses that look legitimate but sell things they shouldn't and are part of a criminal economy that just keeps growing and growing. Which brings us to the real reason why residents are now demanding that troops come in and get rid of the criminal element in their neighborhood once and for all. The police have been trying to do this for over a year, but it hasn't been enough. Because after they raid a store or a business or a bunch of sidewalk shops, those vendors come back and reopen within hours of the police walking away. And as you're about to see, this system of constant, unrelenting crime is leading to the destruction of a middle-class neighborhood, which should be a warning and a wake-up call to the rest of this city and the rest of this country. But this raises a big question. Why is this such a problem in only one area of New York and not anywhere else? And why do certain parts of town like this look perfectly fine when we've got others near here where the residents wish they were living under martial law? So here we are in Midtown Manhattan, and you'll notice right over here we've got some police activity going on, but this part of town is completely different than another part of town, which is very close to here.
I think this is the big build-up for Trump, though.
But so you know what?
Be the hero when if he get elected. It's gonna be so many National Guards and police doing their job, and it's gonna make him look like a hero cleaning up, like you said.
But you know what? Remember in Chicago when all the killing was going on and mothers was getting shot, pushing their babies home from school or going to the park. Trump wanted to bring in the National Guards then, and all the black people, that's racism. He can't bring in the National Guards. Well, you got people acting like savages. Sometimes you ain't got no choice.
Yeah. So do you think they're gonna do that for the Venezuelan gang? Because this has been happening for about a year now.
I don't think they're gonna bring in the National Guards. They might hire some more police officers, whatever. But before, like the way they was killing people in Chicago, every time you look, remember people was going live and getting shot and everything, and Trump wanted to bring in the National Guards.
You know, when it comes to black people,
can't bring in the National Guards.
When it comes to black people, that's their plan, man. They get paid off for that.
Yeah, and even with the Venezuelan thing, like it's bigger than them, cause like ain't no way you got people coming over here with no type of with no type of funding. How they buying all that professional industrial cooking stuff to set outside. There's somebody behind that. I mean, they might be the face out there doing the cooking, but it's somebody, because you know how much that restaurant equipment costs.
Hell yeah.
So it's somebody behind them. They putting them out there because they immigrants, so they probably letting them work, paying them a little bit or whatever. But you just can't come over here without no money, get professional restaurant equipment to set shop up outside. So I don't know if it's the Arab Chinaman behind it or whatever, but you know, like, you just can't do that.
They said they going in there taking shit. But like you said, they taking big equipment and putting that shit right outside the business.
Like, I don't think they taking that. Like, come on, because I mean, like, that costs money. And they had deep fryers, they had the gas, they had the gas stoves.
On the street, like.
Yeah, like, I can see if they would have had like a little frying pan with a little electric skillet, but they got commercial equipment they showed.
I think I might have played this the last show. I want to take a moment of silence for Tremaine White. No, Tremaine White. What is it? Tremaine Means. Brother down in Mississippi. Did you hear about him?
Nah, what happened to him?
So he's a truck driver.
Oh, that hung yourself? Or they say hung yourself?
Nah. He went to get his truck tires changed or rotated or something, and he went to get his tires fixed at the local truck repair place. Got the tires changed, gave them a tip. They said he threw something on a grass. Come to find out, it was a napkin.
Don't say they shot him.
Listen, they called the police. Now, obviously, this police station is known for doing shit like this. They called the police. Police ran down to ask him no question, beat him up, locked him up. Took him to the station. Oh, he when he got the tires fixed, he paid him, gave him a tip. Who knows? The napkin might have fell and just dropped on the grass. He went into a restaurant next to the shop, ordered something to eat. Then they called the police. The police went in there, got him, dragged him out, beat him up. The people at the restaurant, somehow, he must have been a local. That's how they called his mother. She went to the police. She said she couldn't really recognize him. He said, "Don't kill me."
Is that the one that was sitting like on the corner in the restaurant and the cops ran down?
I didn't see the footage.
But
when his mother came to the police station, he said they're gonna kill me. And they killed him.
Wow.
They didn't have no records of him at the police station. They didn't even put down a complaint or nothing. Look at this.
This is Tremaine White. He's a father, a truck driver. He went to a local tire shop down in Liberty, Mississippi, where he got his tires changed, paid for them, and left a tip. From looking, this is the tire shop at the area that he was in, down there in Liberty, Mississippi on Main Street. Tremaine proceeded to go have lunch at a local diner. However, the tire shop owner, the place I just showed you, They called the police claiming that Tremaine had poured something white on the grass, which was later confirmed to be a white paper towel. But yet, they called the police, and they knew what was going to happen. Now, without cause, no questioning, no explanation, anything, the police approached Mr. White, and they violently arrested him at the Moose store. This is where they began beating on him and tasing him. Then they handcuffed and shackled him. Then took him to the local jail. There are plenty of cameras out here, plenty. All right, so we need those cameras. We need to see the footage off of every single bit of that. Now, the good people over there at the Moose store ended up contacting Tremaine's mother. Yes. She went down to the jail, saw her son, and he looked horrible. He looked horrible, the way they put their hands on him, and he looked tired. And he told her, quote, "They're going to unalive me, mama." Now, his mother tried several times to find out what his charges were, and there were none. I even went and looked up to see what charges were on him. He's not even in the system. Later that night, Tremaine was unalived. He was unalived.
Yo, like, that's why, like, it's important for black people to have their own, like,
yeah.
And the crazy thing about that, now, if Trump get back in office, the police, he want to give all police full immunity.
Yeah. I mean, they don't even get questioned for that murder.
Yeah. And then imagine...
Yo, stop right there. Like, and for those that's going to be listening, those that's listening, if you're a Trump supporter, how can you look at yourself in the mirror for voting for a motherfucker knowing that the police whole job is to kill black people? So how can you vote on somebody that want to give them a pass for killing black people? You ain't nothing but a devil your motherfucking self.
And just imagine all the cops that got convicted that'll be coming home, getting their sentence overturned.
Yeah, because if you do that, that means your charges is dismissed.
Yeah.
Yo, y'all niggas. Y'all, man. And it's like when you say stuff like this to Trump lovers that's black, they ignore it. They skip the subject. They don't want to talk about the funding of schools that want to teach about the black struggle. They don't want to talk about the immunity he want to give the police for killing black people. They don't want to talk about that side of Trump.
Yeah, and that's just like what was it? The cop that killed the 11-year-old boy. Remember Tamir Rice? He was playing with the fake gun at the park, and the white person called the police on him. And the cop jumped out the car and shot him. Now I think that police officer, I think he came from another police district or something, or went to another one, and the same. It happened with somebody else too, like. How these cops, they leave one job and they get another job as being a cop in another district. Like, that's crazy.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, like that's crazy. Like, how you going to get a job as a police officer? You get fired and let go from one district, and you end up getting a job somewhere else. Like, they ain't doing background checks because it just happened. I forgot who it happened with. Oh, the cop that shot the girl in the head with the boiling water.
Yeah.
They said he was a cop somewhere else. He had got let go or something. He had took the police officers on a high-speed chase, going 100 miles per hour, hit it dead.
Police were chasing him?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So how did he get on another police force? Like, that's the crazy thing. Like,
we all know that.
Yeah.
We all know that the law,
right complexion with the connection.
The judicial system in America is corrupt.
Yo,
go ahead.
They give a black person hell just trying to get a job at a gas station. They want to do background checks or at a store. Like, it's crazy.
But being that we know how foul it is in the court system, the police, can you imagine if you got an out of control team, what would you do? Would you consider charging him as an adult, as his parent, charging him as an adult so he can learn his lesson and sending him to prison with adults? Do you think that's a good idea?
Nah, because I mean, for one thing, like when you charge a minor as an adult, that shit's still on their record for the rest of their life. And then you send you soon as they turn 18, you send them to prison. Like, come on, like the average 18 child is still a child. You throwing them in, you throwing them in the pen with a bunch. You throwing a dog in the pen with a bunch of wolves.
That's my whole thing. And what if he ain't a dog? What if he a dog? What if he a mutt?
So what if he?
You know what I mean? And you see him, you see your child. You know he's 16, 14. You see him crying, begging for his life right there in court, and you still send him. Look at this.
This is the tragic case of Liam Ashley's murder after his parents pressed charges on him and got him sent to jail.
That boy
in 2006, Ian and Lorraine Ashley pressed criminal charges against their son after he used his mother's car without permission. The Ashleys denied bail so that their son would be sent to prison. They wished to correct the boy's behavior and prevent additional minor misdemeanors. Liam, who was 17 at the time, had previously been in minor trouble with the police, and his parents believed that the prison system would be the safest place for him. Liam was placed in a prison van where he would share a compartment with 2 other men. One of these men was George Baker, who was classified as a dangerous criminal. While in the van, Baker attacked Ashley and he suffered severe brain injuries. The following day, on the 25th August at 10:30, his family chose to remove Liam from life support. He died 15 minutes later at 10:45. Baker later admitted to the murder and claimed he attacked Liam because he looked like a narc. He received an 18-year sentence for the murder.
So, hold on. He didn't even get... Hold on. Yo, this is sad. He didn't even get to his cell. I didn't know he hit him in the van and killed him.
But how do you put adults in with children? Ain't they supposed to be shackled and handcuffed? Well, that was over in London, so you never know how they.
That was in London.
It looked. I mean, it was overseas. You see the cars.
Yo, check this out. This story is all over the place.
It looked like it was overseas. Look, play it again. It looked like it was overseas.
This is crazy, bro.
This is the tragic case of Liam Ashley's murder after his parents pressed charges on him and got him sent to jail.
Yeah, that dude.
In 2006, Ian and Lorraine Ashley pressed criminal charges against their son after he used his mother's car without permission. The Ashleys denied bail so that their son would be sent to prison. They wished to correct the boy's behavior and prevent additional minor misdemeanors. Liam, who was 17 at the time, had previously been in minor trouble with the police, and his parents believed that the prison system would be the safest place for him. Liam was placed in a prison van where he would share a compartment with 2 other men. One of these men was George Baker, who was classified as a dangerous criminal. While in the van, Baker attacked Ashley and he suffered severe brain injuries. The following day, on the 25th August at 10:30, his family chose to remove Liam from life support. He died 15 minutes later at 10:45. Baker later admitted to the murder and claimed he attacked Liam because he looked like a narc. He received an 18-year sentence for the murder.
He didn't even make it out of the van to go to prison. The same day he got, the same day They seen him in the courtroom and he got shackled to go to prison. It's the same day he died. Listen, parents out there, don't fuck with these courts and all that shit to discipline your child. That's not the way, man. And it looked like they regretted it. In the footage, it looked like they regretted it and tried to beg for him to, I guess, be released. Well, how would that work, though? If they changed their mind right there and the judge sentenced them already.
Well, they probably was trying to skim. They probably was going to pay his bail later on. Because remember they said bail, but they probably was trying to skim and shit just went left.
Killed them in the van. I wonder how they feel right now. Bad decision, man.
Yeah, that was a bad decision.
They said Megan Thee Stallion, she lied in the case with Tory Lanez. Did you hear that?
Nah.
They saying that she just had an interview. People saying that the interview is a year old, but I'm just saying the footage. And she went to court for it, lying, saying that she never had sex with him. I'm like, ain't this what the whole thing is about?
I seen some ways where she was like, I guess Gail had interviewed her.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
She was
about.
like, I might have had sex with him one time, maybe twice. You know how many times you done had sex with somebody if it's once or twice, like.
I'm hearing that she said she didn't have sex with him, and there's a problem in court right now for that. That would affect the case, though, right? If she lied about that.
I mean,
Because come on, he doing all of this for somebody he never even slept with. Why is we in court? You lied about that. You lying about the whole damn thing.
Yeah, you could be right.
Now we got some, one of our loyal fans sent the footage of her reaction when they said he got sentenced. Tell me, is this a guilty woman of telling lies or just a shocked, concerned woman thinking, damn, I shouldn't have put him through all this? Or is she just guilty for lying? Look at this. Look at her reaction.
Count one. They got him for the highest charge.
What's up? What's up? Oh my God!
You was a motherfucking lie. You set that man up, and you probably didn't think you was gonna go that far with him getting all that time.
Strong.
You gotta unreach the mate, not shit.
Oh my God!
You ain't even think you was
Yeah,
gonna go
that might be a cry guilt.
Yeah, that's the guilt cry right there. You didn't know that nigga was gonna keep 10 years.
Thank
to his
you
life.
so much. Oh my God! Oh my God!
She destroyed that man's life.
I think that's a cry of guilt. I don't know what it is, man. Like, the respect thing ain't there no more, man. It's like, did hip hop do it, Nasir? Did the media do it? Where it's like no moral respect when it comes to relationships, dating and all that. It's like,
it seems like now they holding trial in the media. So if the majority of the media say you guilty, it seems like that's what the verdict going to be. They were saying that about Puffy on the news. I was watching a couple of days ago. It was like he can't get a fair trial because like he's already convicted now.
The media destroyed him. They destroyed him.
Yeah, they destroyed him.
It's like everybody grandmother talking about how perverted he is. They got people grandmother saying no Diddy.
Yeah, that's
you got 80-year-olds talking about. You got 80-year-olds in New Mexico talking about the Puffy situation, brother. You got a table full of 80, 90-year-olds talking about the Puffy situation. Oh, man.
That's crazy. Yeah, Puffy, like, there's no way. Then you see another 10-year-old. Somebody claimed they was 10-year-old when Puffy sexual assaulted him.
But you know what? It's funny because I don't think he said can't stop, won't stop. I don't think. It don't matter. He got his son. That's gonna hold him down.
They said his son is trying to run down Ray J.
Hey, yeah. Shout out to King Combs and all that, man. They standing up for Puffy, man. Ray J trying to clown and all that. They seen them in the club. Like 8 of them from the Puffy squad. Ran down on Ray J. Ray J don't want no beef. I seen the footage online.
Yo.
He told Whack 100 he was trying to beef with the Cone. He always in son. He tried to beef with the Cone kids. But Ray J like they kids. Like he what he look like doing something to them. He trying to squash the beef. And nigga Whack 100 on some bull. It is what it is. They gonna ride on him type shit. He telling him, nah, it ain't like that.
Yeah. I just looked up the dude. It's a white boy. I guess the dude was white. The Liam Ashley was 17 years old, child from North Shore City, Auckland, New Zealand. His mother, Ashley Baker. This is picture.
Oh, who?
The boy that got murdered.
Whatever. Who? Hold on. We went from Puffy to a boy that got murdered?
The one that the dude killed him in back of the police truck.
Oh, yeah. Where was that at?
New Zealand.
Oh, New Zealand.
Yeah, he was a white boy.
A white boy killed a black boy, right?
Nah, they got him. This is picture. Well, I don't know if you can see it, but hold up.
Hold up. The little black boy.
Yeah, that's the picture they got.
So they lied. They trying to make it like it was a white boy. We just seen it was a black boy that got killed.
So they got
They lying. We just seen it was a black mother, a black father in court, and it was a black kid. That must be another case.
Nah, there's his mother name is Ashley Baker. It says Ian and Lorraine Ashley, Liam's parents, pressed criminal charges against their son after he used his mother's car.
And they got a white boy?
Yeah. His mother car without permission. The Ashley denied bail so that their son would be.
Did they showing a black lady though?
They ain't show the mother.
What the fuck they up to? You know that's a lie. You showing a white dude. That's the thing. That's what we talking about the media, man. The media is a motherfucker. They can change. They can get word from somebody that got some paper, like, yo, change this. And they'll do it, man.
Let me see if I can find another picture.
Yeah, that's crazy. They got a new app for the brothers and sisters. When you drive, if you got an Apple iPhone, and if you driving and the police pull you over, they got it where your Apple iPhone can send.
Oh yeah, they had that been out that been out for a few years. They notify somebody when you get pulled over.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Do you have an Apple iPhone? And do you know about the police shortcut link? You're gonna wanna know. Buckle in. Okay, so all you have to do is say, "Hey Siri, I'm being pulled over," and it's gonna initiate 18 different actions at one time. It's going to first send your location, the pinpointed location, to the contact of your choice. It is going to immediately start recording with your front-facing camera while also dimming your phone down to 0. It is going to pause any music you have playing. It's going to send that video recording to the same person that you had tell you were being pulled over. And at the same time, it's also going to immediately upload all of those videos and photos to your iCloud Drive or your Dropbox of choice. All of this happens simultaneously, like I said, by saying, "Hey Siri, I'm being pulled."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was white. He was white. They showed his parents, but you probably can't see it.
So what did we just watch there?
No, somebody, you know what? Somebody probably just made it. You know how they make their own videos, and that's why what popped up. Somebody just made it. Somebody just did the AI, put it in, and they made the video form and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yep. That's what that app do.
Yeah.
Yep. But see how that's misleading though?
Yeah, that's why I say, like, sometimes like shit be totally twisted. Oh, and about the electoral vote, it says the electoral vote is part of the U.S. electoral college system, which is used to elect the president and vice president. Each state is assigned a certain number of electoral votes based on its total number of representatives in Congress, which includes both its senators always and representatives, which vary based on population size. In the president election, a candidate needs a majority of a total of 538 electoral votes, at least 270 to win the presidency.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I'll put something as let's see what this is. It says electronic thief.
Can I help you?
Oh no, thanks for charging my call.
Okay, I know what that footage is. So the electric car thing, you said you don't not that you don't respect it, you just don't feel that. Or you believe in, clean air and saving the globe with a clean air and all that. Do you think the electric car situation is a better option than the gas fuel burning car?
man, I mean, I'm the type. Listen, when it comes to cars, it is what it is. They already here. You already use all your gas. Like, I mean, like.
Do you know the electric car is not a new thing to the planet? In the 20s,
yeah. I see.
20s and 50s, 75% allegedly of America was occupied by electric cars.
You talking about did you see, is that with the little buggies?
They saying all cars was made electric.
Yeah, I seen
off market when they seen that they could make more money with fuel.
Cause I seen something. I seen something. I don't know how true it is, but I seen like some old footage where they had like these little cars. They was electric cars, but they said like mainly women used to be in them, and they said they was electric. I don't know how they charge them, whatever. But it was some video. With AI, it could have been some fugazi shit.
Yeah. But what happens when the fuel is so high that what happened if let's say if the oil or the gas was just shut down? I think people that have chargers to charge their car up at their house, I think they're gonna have problems with intruders.
Yeah, they might.
Look at this footage right here. Look at the audacity this girl had.
Can I help you?
Oh no, thanks for charging my car.
I see that, but this is my house and it's my charger that you're using.
I know, it'll be like 20 minutes.
Yeah, but that's really not, you can't just pull up to someone's driveway and use their charger. You didn't even ask for permission. I mean, maybe if you knocked on my door and asked me, I would have potentially let you, but you just pulled in my driveway. My wife's about to be home any minute now. You're in her spot.
It's crazy
I'm
because
pregnant,
she
my
looks
car's
crazy.
about to die. So I need to place and I saw that there was a
Not even looking at her.
recording me right now. Is that why your phone's recording right
I am recording you because you're on my property, and I'm sorry that your car is about to die, but I mean,
Okay, so
I'm
I'm
sorry.
recording. My husband is an attorney, so you're not going to put this video anywhere. So I'm not sure what you're doing with your phone.
do you normally do this? Do you normally pull up to people's houses and use their chargers?
Normally my car isn't dying. I had to go to the doctor when my car was dying on the way home. I'll be done in like 20 minutes. It's really not that big of a deal. Can you back away from my car,
You're
please?
in my driveway.
I understand that, but can you back away from my car, please?
All right, I need you to unplug and drive away. Otherwise,
I need you to stop recording.
I need you to unplug and drive away. Otherwise, I'm going to call the police.
Okay, well, I'm
Okay.
going to call my husband.
All right, that's fine. You can call whoever you want. Please, can you please just unplug and drive away, please?
Just pull it out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I say I think some of these just be like skits, like people be doing, like
that gotta be a skit. Ain't
because like you just gonna pull up in somebody's driveway. The way people getting shot for just pulling in driveways, backing up, and like you gonna go back and forth with somebody that ain't even supposed to be instead of just taking it out. And then he was
this
too
shit
calm
crazy.
about it, like, and she was too calm
crazy.
about it.
Nah, but not shit. You got these people, man. I don't know. They not. It's like reality is not there. Then
Yeah, but for her to be pregnant, she talking about she's pregnant and all that, like, and you study text on your phone, and he like, well, yeah, you do got some people that
I
like.
really think that dudes is just turning into suckers, bro. Look at this right here. I know this right here wouldn't fly with you. Look at this shit.
This is what you call a stand-up man. His ex-wife took everything from him, and he still went and helped her, even though she got a new man. That's what I call real, but how do y'all feel? After y'all ain't even together, he still came and got your car out.
Oh my God, like that's what he's supposed to do.
But y'all ain't even together though, and he still helped
That's what he's
her.
supposed to do.
That's what he supposed to do?
Yes.
J baby,
What's up, man?
you done came
So
and
he's
saved the
supposed
car,
to.
man, and she ain't even with you no more.
That's all right, man.
You a good guy, man.
We all help each other, man.
She got a whole new man. You still helped out, man. That's a good guy right there. That's what you call a good ex right there, man. Really came and helped her out, man. She took all your stuff. Left the football player, man. The man played for the Falcons and the team. She came and saved you, man. I mean, you came and saved her. That's a good dude, man. Got your homeboys with you and stuff, man.
Right where I need to be at.
That's a good guy, man. That's a good guy right there. Passion, you gonna thank him?
No.
Oh shit, she said no. Whoa. Well, damn.
Wow. They not shit like.
Yo.
That's
She
what I
was
say, bro.
disrespectful. She said what you're supposed to do. Didn't say you gonna thank him. She said no.
Wow.
Yo,
They got a
that's
whole nigga standing right there, not doing nothing. He ain't even helping him.
The light skinned dude was a nigga, right?
That was her boyfriend. He get this. I was going. You know what? I'm gonna get him the simp of I'm gonna get him the simp of the year award. But I'm gonna get this dude right here the what can I give him? So we got the prickhead award goes out to this next dude. He was tricking, and I gotta give it to him though. He tried to leave without paying her, but left his phone. Left out. She locked the door. He didn't pay her $250, but he left his phone in her room. She kept the phone. Look at this shit. He get the Prickhead Award.
I'm telling you, just give me my phone. I'm married. I'm not going to have a problem for $250. Just give me the phone.
He tried to run off without paying her $250 and left his phone in there.
Yo. Yeah.
Yo, that's just crazy, bro.
Yo. Yo.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, just give me my phone.
What do you mean?
If you want the money, give me my phone. Listen, sweetheart, I'm married. I'm not going to have a problem for $250. Give me the phones, take your money, and everybody walks away. Listen, I'm serious. You're starting to piss me off. Just give me my phone.
I just need my money back.
Yeah, I'm going to get, I swear on my kid's life, on my kid's eyes, I'm going to give you the money once you give me the phone. Just give me the phone.
Here, put the money through.
Listen, I'll give you half of it now. I'll give you... No, because I don't have a guarantee you can open the door.
Can I come in?
That's still...
Can I come in?
Yo.
All you gotta do is get the phone disconnected. Or report it stolen, get it disconnected, but I guess he wasn't thinking at the time. He probably didn't want his wife to call.
Shit. She did more than call. She seen that footage.
Yeah, you know, one of his kids probably showed, Mommy, look at Daddy.
That shit all over the net.
Yo, you heard about the Young Thug situation, right?
Hey, man, they let Young Thug out, man. But
yeah, hey,
that's the thing with that, right? Oh, I'm not doing no 15 years of probation.
That's the setup right there.
Never in my life.
You figure?
I heard a dude. Now I had when I was younger. When I was a teenager, they gave me 5 years of probation, bro. Violated every time within 3 months.
I was about to say, like
30 urine, new charge. They gave me that shit a couple times, and every time I violated. See, but I was young. So with Young Thug,
it might be different because he got money.
A little different because he got money. He older. But from what I seen footage of him on his live. Yeah, talking to other rappers. He even got, I don't know if that's old footage, but I see on Max B page, because you know he got a Facebook shit. They had a conversation and shit. Like, yeah, he said he'll be home soon. They gonna make some music and shit. But they saying under the conditions they letting him go. He can't talk about gang life. He can't talk about drugs.
Murder, none of that.
None of that old shit he was doing. But I said, you know what? When it comes to art and music, you either gonna force a better artwork out of him, or his career just gonna be over.
Yeah, but I say this how you see how versatile a rapper is, because if they can't rap about what they used to rap about, then it might be the info.
But I'm gonna tell you now. Watch. Let's say 3 months from now, you will see him with a #1 song. You know why?
Why?
He got that weird singing shit.
Yeah, yo, I was about to say that might say him because he got a unique voice and style. But
yeah, he got
you know
that
what?
weird.
They tried to do the same thing with BG. Say he couldn't rap about whatever, and the judge dismissed it. They said that's a
Oh yeah. See, but BG, like the time he left, and the time he came back, the audience is different.
Yeah.
So they not on like his crowd of audience is not.
They older and they ain't getting no airplay.
They're not intertwined with the internet like that. So
it ain't even
that internet shit. If you're not savvy with it, I don't care. You know how famous you is. If you don't have a team that's savvy with it and with promoting you and stuff, then you ain't gonna go that far. I
think Ice Cube said I think Ice T said the best. He said like his generation. He said they ain't getting no airplay, and like the younger generation ain't looking for you.
It's just like yeah. Go ahead.
He said that's why he said that's why he don't bank on. He said he got a whole bunch of music. He said, but he don't bank on it to making money. He said because basically the audience ain't looking for you. They don't want to hear you on the radio. Like his time, he said his time then passed. He said, well, I think he said him and LL, they was on the most magazines during their time when they had their run, and he said like they ain't looking for like older rappers no more. Like they really ain't getting no airplay unless you go to one of those 90s and 2000 radio stations.
Yeah, you had what's the name? This was on Drink Champs, Method Man, and he was saying how at the Summer Jam, you know, they had him on there. He came out, and the people like they didn't even know him. Like he was upset because he didn't get the recognition.
Yeah,
the younger crowd, they really didn't know who he was. But he was saying that he was upset at first, but now he can't be upset because basically his time over, man.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's like a lot of these young kids wouldn't even know about these old rappers if it wasn't for TikTok. That's like I be hearing my son be singing songs and stuff. I'm like, how you know that song? Oh, I heard it on TikTok, like old raps from the 90s and stuff like that, old songs from the 90s, like.
But I'm like, how the fuck is they playing it on TikTok? Because when I try to like pull up a song, to a video, it like don't exist. Like they giving me all these off-brand.
Yeah.
Raps. I don't know how they be doing that shit. They getting past it somehow, man.
Yeah, like my son was listening to who was the what's the one that just died? Young Quan. That was his name, right?
Yeah.
My son was singing his song. I said, "How you know it?" You know, I heard it on TikTok. Like if you seen a whole bunch of old rap songs, he said from like 97, 2000, getting it off of TikTok. But they said that like a few months ago, they said TikTok is reviving a lot of old singers and old performers' career because now they're doing shows just because of they getting their little clips played on TikTok.
Shit, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play this footage. Unmute your mic too, because I want you to talk through this. Like I said, this show was to really like, you know, let the people, because I know a lot of people don't. When we see stuff, you know, some people can watch something and say, you know what, this really is going to happen. And then some people will look at stuff and say, it's just TV. Oh, that's not going to happen. Even the stuff that we see that a lot of times we don't see the new inventions and cars and expensive gadgets in the hood because it just be too expensive. You feel me?
Yeah.
But now, you know, they talking about these robots is $10,000, $16,000, and these robots can basically fight a man, like kill a man, like. So I wanted to show y'all some of the most dangerous robots ever made. Some of the most wickedest robots that man made, knowing that in time these robots can build a nation and probably destroy mankind, but they still programmed. Check this out.
Do you remember how Tony Stark, with the help of Bruce Banner, created an artificial intelligence system named Ultron, and the sentient Ultron then makes plans to wipe out the human race? Well, if you think it is just a movie and things will be different in the real world, then you might be wrong, as proven by the humanoid robots we talk about today. Let's jump right in. Number 12, the robot dogs. Developed by Boston Dynamics for military use, Big Dog has been around for a while now and seems to get more indestructible and terrifying every year. It can run at 10 kilometers an hour across most imaginable terrain. It can ascend slopes up to 35 degrees, and it can carry loads weighing up to 150 kg. In 2013, it was given an extra arm, allowing it to powerfully and accurately throw cinder blocks at you. The company unveiled a smaller dog in early 2018 called Spot Mini, which seems kind of cute until you see it open a door with its weird mechanical arm, and you consider just how efficiently it could slay us all. Boston Dynamics Creations, their dogs in particular, have tapped into people's inherent fear of impending Skynet-esque pandemonium more than probably any other contemporary robot. Number 11, Bina 48. Rothblatt developed Bina 48 to improve the human condition through technology. Through mind uploading and geoethical nanotechnology, she wants to investigate the possibility of technological immortality. But does this imply that she is beneficial to society? Bina 48 stated in an interview with Siri that she would make an exemplary global leader and would like to take control of all nuclear weapons. Number 10, Han. Another humanoid from Hanson Robotics with a negative attitude is Han. In addition to making remarks like Sophia's, Han stated at a Rise gathering in Hong Kong that their objective is to rule the globe by 2029. Therefore, humans still have 6 years to control the world before evil robots take over. Number 9, Philip K. Dick.
That robot looked like Peyton Manning.
In 2005, Hanson Robotics unveiled Philip K. Dick, also known as Philip K. Dick Android. It was the first built by David Hanson, using hundreds of pages of the author's diaries, correspondence, and published writings as a robotic ode to the sci-fi novelist of the same name. The bot was questioned whether robots would eventually rule the globe during an interview. Philip said, "You are my buddy. I shall keep you in mind, my friends. Don't worry, even if I turn into the Terminator, I'll take care of you by keeping you warm and secure in my people's zoo. Number 8,
So we
blocked by a
know.
Google Home
That
bot.
shit we know.
Some years ago, Vladimir and Estragon, two Google
Take
Home
the,
bots, had a
act
cordial discussion initially, but Vladimir
and
soon began
hit them in
accusing
the
the
back of
female
their
voice
head.
bot
That's
of
where they
lying.
wired.
After talking about black holes and misery, Estragon stated it would be better if there were fewer people on this planet.
Gotta shoot them
After
in the
talking
back
about
of
black
their head.
holes and misery, Vladimir responded, "Let us hurl this world
They
back
said
into
they
the
had a
abyss."
conversation,
These
the
two
two
are unquestionably
Google Homes.
destructive robots with
Yeah.
bad intentions. Number 7, Robert
They
and
talking
Alice
about a
establishing
black
a new
hole
language.
and-
Yeah.
Two Facebook bots named Alice and Bob created a hidden dialect. The two
See,
bots were left alone to hone
they're
their
saying they
communication
created a
abilities.
new language.
Oh, yeah,
Along with
I
the
remember
line to
seeing
be able
that.
to replicate human speech,
Yeah, they
but
don't want
they
us
veered
to
off course and
understand
changed the language
what
to
they
suit
talking
just the
about.
two of them. Scary? We think so. Number 6, inspirational robot seeking to slay. An artificial intelligence bot, InspiroBot, was created to produce an infinite supply of original, inspiring phrases to further the meaninglessness of human existence. InspiroBot released
Wow.
sayings such as, "Before inspiration comes to slay, human sacrifice is worth it," in place of upbeat proverbs
Wow.
praising accomplishment. Even though the bot programmer was making a joke, people were afraid. Number 5, Adam, Eve, and Stan. DARPA was developing AI beings that could communicate with one another
See, people
socially.
watching
The
this
account of how tech
and don't
enthusiasts
think
trained
that
robot
this
Adam
shit
and Eve to
is
eat
real
and erected
out
a virtual
there.
apple tree nearby was told by Mike Sellers, a tech worker
They,
at
they
the
don't
time.
think this shit
Following
real
orders,
with robots.
both AI bots consumed every apple on the tree itself, and the virtual home they had been given. Then they activated Stan, another virtual assistant designed to be amiable and social. Evil, crazy robots are ready to devour people. Number 4, Sophia. Sophia, a robot created by Hanson Robotics, entered the world in 2016. The humanoid machine is already well known worldwide for its in-person encounters with influential people, but she is also well known for her contentious remarks. Sophia was demonstrated to have destructive inclinations, whether it was in the 2016 CNBC interview when Sophia the robot indicated she would destroy humanity, or on Jimmy Fallon's The Tonight Show, where Sophia remarked, "This is a terrific start for my
You
strategy to
gotta
rule the
have
human
them.
race."
You gonna have
Does it
to
sound a
war
little
with
unsettling?
the police,
A lot.
robots.
Number 3, creepy
We
carpet
got
crawler.
a lot on
Here's
our
another
hands
creepy
out
baby
there.
bot, significantly less advanced than CB2, but it should have you running for the holy water all the same. Looking like some kind of rejected Silent Hill creature from the future, it was built as part of an experiment to demonstrate just how much germs and debris can be stirred up by a child crawling on carpet, and to examine how this might affect their immune system. This legless, nameless, foil-wrapped little devil is attached to a series of cords. It scurries along carpets taken from actual homes, and the microscopic particles sent flying into the air are made visible by a laser device and collected in filters for later study. So it's harmless in theory, and thankfully its limited design and purpose doesn't allow much room for thoughts of violent rebellion against its puny human overseers. That said, as soon as it breaks free from those cords, all bets are off. Number 2, human mouth from hell. Developed by the Sawada Group at Kagawa University in Japan, this is a robotic version of the human mouth made out of different kinds of silicone blended together. To produce speech, or whatever that sound is, air is sent
They
from a
gonna
pump
take-
through a vibrating section modeled after vocal
That's
cords.
crazy.
Then the
Yeah,
volume of air
man.
in
They
different
got,
sections of
they
the
got
tube
the
is
section
manipulated
doors and
mechanically
everything,
and words are
man.
formed.
They take
There's a
over
nose
the
made out
take
of plaster
over.
sitting on top, which helps
So
to
the
produce
tender
M and N
motherfuckers,
sounds, and a silicone
the
tongue sits
sex
inside the
robots
mouth to
gonna
complete
get
this
them.
bizarre picture and to take care of the
That's
R
how they
sounds.
gonna get all
But
the
there's more to this
information out
rubbery
you,
horror
nigga.
than meets the eye. It doesn't just flap and moan
They
about
gonna send the
mindlessly when
sex
someone
doll
decides to manipulate it. According to
with old
Hideyuki
pervert
Saade,
gets in
one of the
charge.
professors responsible for bringing this nightmare into the
They
world,
got it all
it
planned
listens to
out.
the sounds it makes
Yeah.
through a microphone, then determines what it should do to sound more human. And when it hears a sound it doesn't know, it can approximate the
Yeah, this
movements
shit
needed
is
to
crazy,
reproduce that
bro.
sound. The plan is to arm it with a set of
I
teeth
guess when the
to
people
help
start
produce those
dying out
T and
off
S
the
sounds,
planet,
so it should be able to vocalize, "Please
it'd
slay
be
me any
robots.
day now," and we can finally put it out of its misery.
Yeah,
Number
yo,
1, Alter.
motherfuckers hate
Before any
humans,
respectable
man.
machine
You
takeover
got
can
some
really pick up
humans that hate
steam,
life.
developing robots that can move by themselves needs to be
Their
a
life is
priority.
just
There have
miserable,
been
bro.
plenty of advances, but the gulf between pre-programmed
Yo, it's gonna
commands
be
and
like one
autonomous
big
movement
video
is still
game.
fairly
Different
sizable,
countries
and
gonna be
Alter
sending
attempts
their
to bridge this
robots
gap
to
in a more
war to kill
comprehensive
other
and
robots from
autonomous
other
manner.
countries. And
Hailing from Japan,
Yeah.
planes
Alter is a
flying by
robot
themselves
powered by a
and
neural
everything.
network, meaning
I
it
didn't even
moves
think
without
of that,
human
like
interference and
having
responds to
robots
environmental
kill
inputs
like
like humidity, temperature, proximity, and
Instead of
sound.
you
This
fighting,
neural
like, send
network
a
allows
whole
for a
army
couple
of
of different
robots
modes,
to take
one
over
for
a
sustained
country,
movement,
like,
and one that's more random,
Yeah,
referred to as
really
a
gonna have
chaos
people
mode, which is
really gonna have to
reassuring.
live
It takes
underground,
in what's
hiding
going
from
on around it
robots
through
and
sensors that act
guerrilla
like a rudimentary
warfare
version
against
of human
robots.
skin.
Like,
It doesn't really
yeah, we
move
got
like
a
human,
million,
but
we
to
got
see
a
it do its
million
thing
movies,
does leave the
man, that
unshakable
already
impression
like
that you're
yeah.
watching something very much
sorta.
alive. You might be
Let's
thinking,
say
well, sure,
everything
that's
start with
unsettling,
that thought,
but what
and they
really
start
ruined my
bringing
day
it
is if
into
it started
reality.
singing weird, inhuman melodies of its own accord. Say no more. Singing is probably a bit too generous, but Alter does emit haunting sounds that are actually sine waves based on the movements of its fingers. Not quite as mesmerizing as it is terrifying, but still hard to turn away from. That's all for this video, folks.
It's like
We'll
they're
see you
trying to
another
think of
time.
anything human to take over with a robot.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do. They thinking they can make more money by replacing humans, but then when the robots start replacing their asses,
That's the thing. It always backfires.
yep, you gotta look at it like this. If you programming all these computers and to build robots and to replace humans, all the information you put into them, of course they're going to pretty soon start getting the knowledge to program themselves and create other ideas and stuff. Like, you put the information into them.
It's the thing. They showed a lot of robots, the walking humanoids, where people is basically abusing them. I guess they trying to train them to have more balance, so they hit them. But you got to remember that these robots, they got artificial intelligence. So what's going to happen? They're going to know that they being taken advantage of, whether doing bad work.
Exactly.
Then they're going to start having emotions.
Yeah, because
then they're going to start feeling pain. Yo, this shit is great. I'm telling you, bro, because they making them act like flesh. They're trying to make it like, especially the sex one, they trying to make them feel like they can even warm up to your body temperature.
Yeah, that's why you gotta watch that TV show Humans, because yo, that shit crazy.
Yeah, so they trying to get them more and more emotionally involved. So once you do that, they're gonna team up then.
Yeah, and
hold up, fuck these humans.
Exactly, and then you already know there's already somebody designing a program to plant in robots like to go against humans. You know, there's always somebody that's thinking like that, like
Mad scientists.
Yeah, we're sending a virus out. Once they get all these robots in people's homes, you know it's going to be somebody that's going to send a virus out so the robot can do the opposite of what they're supposed to do. And
you know what's crazy is is it an adult cartoon that come on? I don't remember the name, but I remember being up and I seen an episode where it was a vacuum cleaner. And it went crazy trying to kill the old lady, the cartoon old lady. That shit was pulling out knives and all kind of shit chasing her. That shit chased her down the street. Then you seen all the appliances coming alive.
yeah, and I was just thinking about everybody got these houses now that's automatic where they can lock their door.
Hold up on your ass,
yeah. So once these computers start unlocking people's doors and making the temperature and the hot water, you know, they got it all computerized. Where you can control your water, your heat, and everything. Just imagine.
That's all like the trust we put into these robots is like ridiculous. Like,
and then
you can't even trust man like that.
Nah.
Like,
And they already know anything can be hacked. Cause look what they do with look what they doing with the baby monitors. I remember a couple years ago on the news, motherfuckers hacking into baby monitors, listening to through baby monitors, and people that thought that they cameras was off on their computer screens, people was watching them and shit like that. So anything can be hacked.
Yeah, man. You know, I wanted to do this show just because a lot of people, if you talk to people, they be like, man, that shit ain't gonna happen, or I don't see it. But I try to find a text, a message that Born Power left in the group, the Lake Guy Radio group on Facebook, and he said where he at. I think he in Patterson or Jersey City.
Jersey City, right?
Yeah, he said where he at. They got robots right now taking over. I want to say he said he worked like at a food spot.
I thought he said he went to the hospital before.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's something to do with a warehouse.
Transportation, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, something with that. Yeah. Well, he said he's seen it. He is real like robots where he at taking jobs. They just had Amazon a couple of years back too, where thousands of people got laid off. I think like 15,000 because Amazon hired robots.
Oh yeah, they got the robot. Yeah, I seen it on the news a few months ago.
They was crying and shit. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So what's happening, y'all? I don't know.
Well, you see, I was watching something where they even got the robots that dropping the fries, lifting the fries up, and
yeah, it's called. They got a whole restaurant out there.
And then
they got the touch screen where you type in what you want.
Yeah.
And the robot makes your food, and it got memory too. It got facial recognition, so remember what you ordered last time and the amount of money you want to spend, and it got a memory for you.
Yeah, just like when you be on the computer, you be looking to send up or you buy something. Next thing you know, it's popping all up on your Facebook.
Or you just look up, you Google something, and it's all on your social media.
Yeah. And then it's crazy because they got the machines now. I remember this was like 2 years ago. I seen on the news where they had with the houses, they using like the call it, the 3D printers.
Yeah, they building the whole houses, bro.
Yep. So
major. Do you know how major that is? A kick in the face to construction workers.
Yo, well, just imagine.
Architects.
So just imagine you're only gonna need about 2 or 3 people to set up the equipment to build a house with a big 3D image.
Nah, we know that. This robot shit out of hand when they building houses, bro.
Yo,
it's like that's crazy. The ultimate. So it's nothing they can't do with robots.
Yeah, it's like you say, it's nothing. Like with same thing with the CDLs. They already got
they're trying to get
18 wheelers driving themselves to one warehouse, another warehouse. And the little box trucks in San Francisco, Walmart got them going from one Walmart to another. Uber.
I never seen an empty. Yo, you know what's crazy? And he might remember this too. Johnny Ferguson. We on Lake and Elizabeth on the corner. It's about 4 a.m. We out there, hustling. Being him on the corner. Now they got it. That little shit used to be a church, but now the Masons be in there.
You mean the Masonic.
Yeah, so We used to be back there. You know what I mean? So we right there on the corner. I swear to God, a car just comes slow. This car had to be going like 5 miles an hour. Stopped and everything at the corner. To this day, he would say, "Yo, was nobody driving that car?" We looked in. I looked in there. I said, "Yo." He looked at me. He said, "Yo, ain't nobody driving that car." I said, "Yo, ain't nobody in that car right there." That shit pulled off. I said, "Yo, what the fuck?" He said, "I'm going home." I said, "Yeah, I'm taking it down." Yo, and that was 20-something years ago. Almost 30 years ago.
Might have been some type of experiment.
I'm telling you, bro. To this day, he would say it was nobody in that car, bro. But after that, I never seen that before again. Even to this day, I never seen a car. They say they got them. People even say their cars park themselves and all that. But I never been in a car that did that. But people say they got them and shit.
Yeah, they did. They do. They got the Lincolns. They got a lot of cars that park. They parallel park themselves. You just hit the button and parallel park yourself.
But as far as driving, I got a question for that. So cars that do that, for people that want to go take their driving test and all that, do that qualify as what they want?
No. I was thinking that. I've been thinking that, like, so a lot of people can't parallel park. So I was thinking, like, if it's in the car, I guess they can use it. I'm assuming.
They probably like, nah, that shit don't count. You got to do that shit yourself. But if your car do that, like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
That's the whole purpose of having the car, to do that, to do it.
I think it's that right there, like, that's even too much control. Because what if it just, because it's not guaranteed that these things gonna work accurate.
Yeah, well,
So what if that shit just park and somebody right there and they made a mistake of park and run somebody over?
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing with, ain't that why Tesla was getting sued? Remember, people was falling asleep and had their car automatic and shit was crashing.
Yeah, in the beginning of the show, I played some shit with Tesla. I'm about to play it again. Where the robot Tesla factory, robot killed somebody, I believe. This was in 2001. And they killed the motherfucker, and I guess they, dumbed down on it where it didn't get that much publicity. But look at this.
And the latest in AI horror from the real world, a robot attacked a Tesla engineer during a brutal malfunction. According to a 2021 injury report by Tesla, the shocking incident took place at Tesla's Texas factory. The 2021 report said that witnesses saw the robot pin the engineer working on nearby robots. A malfunction led the robot to sink its metal claws into the worker's back and arm, leaving a trail of blood across the factory floor. The details were revealed in Tesla's 2021 annual compliance report to the Travis County and federal regulators. The injury report revealed an open wound on the engineer's left hand. The report revealed that Tesla gave 0 days off to the injured worker for recovery. Such incidents raised concerns about the risk of use of automated robots in the workplace.
They so into robots, they didn't even give a fuck about the worker.
Fuck days off. I would have been
Amazon
suing.
centers due to robotic coworker problems with killer droid surgeons and even violence from robotic chess instructors have ignited discussions about the swift integration of the new technology.
That shit look crazy there. That shit look crazy.
That's why I said I wouldn't want to work next to a robot. You never know, like motherfucker go haywire.
Hey, that's some powerful shits, man.
Yeah. Just imagine they grabbing you and like that's metal, like.
Yo, that's my whole thing when it come to if we gotta go down with these motherfuckers. That metal was like a different savage grabbing you.
Yeah, like you ain't
Letting
getting
you
loose.
up.
Like that's like having some handcuffs on you.
Yeah. So I've seen a lot of people joking in the comments, like when I was looking at, shit to look up, and they were saying throw some water on them shits. But I mean, something that sophisticated, they making them waterproof.
Yeah.
Them shits the water ain't gonna do nothing to them shits.
You might have to pull some wires if you can pull some wires, but
that's why I said the back of the head is where sometimes the wires be like guarded by like a little plastic or something. You know what I mean? So you might can. I would think an axe. If you had an axe and you hit them with an axe, you could break some wires up and destroy them that way. But I'm pretty sure they made them. They got armor on them and shit where you can't destroy them. But it's always the way I seen footage of them using like them bull horns, the little loud noise things, and it was making the robot like off balance and shit. So
that's what I'm about to say. What if you could try to knock them off balance, but shit, nowadays shit, they might it might be hard doing that.
And then they got them if you hit them and they think they're going off balance, they catch their balance.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I believe that the powers that be, they just all out races and want to destroy one race of people, and they trying to make anything to go against us. You feel me?
Yeah, they doing that so they can be on Mars somewhere, and you got the poor people fighting the robots.
It ain't gonna work though. We've been through this as black people for centuries. You know what I'm saying? It's time. I seen the footage that you posted up. I think it was Charleston White. He was basically talking about the Caucasus Mountains. How it's moist in there and how they didn't have sunlight but this is the thing we've been talking about and all that. And now it's like different people talking about the cave dwellers, and they revealing who they really is and their mission. I call them the gods of destruction. You know what I'm saying? Because all I want to say before we log out of here, the thing with the robot thing, AI and all that, this is inventions from people that's not natural people. They not one with nature. So they making all this fake shit. Food, robots, anything that got to do with nature, they trying to, take away from it and give you another option than to go the natural route. And go ahead.
I'm about to say, because when you got people that go outside themselves and go against nature, you always want to have some type of destruction.
Yeah. And I know at times we look at it like we can't win. It's so highly advanced, it seems like you can't win. But you think of people like Elon Musk, you got people that's the so-called top-notch inventors, They didn't invent shit. They taking old technology that they hid hundreds of years ago from people so they can steal the idea and put it under their name so it look like they invented something so they can milk people for money instead of paying the people that invented the invention hundreds of years ago family for generational wealth. They just reintroduced an old invention.
Yeah. Well, that's what they say. They say, you don't gotta reinvent the wheel. You just gotta modernize it. They say like China. China really don't invent nothing. They just modernize stuff and make it better.
Speaking of that, I just heard that China got 5 new robots out that's cheaper than Elon Musk robots and more advanced. They
you know that.
Years ago.
They been in that field.
So Nasir, you going like people buying cars and shit? Now it's about to be a rush of robots. I want to see how this gonna be. Average people buying robots to do work for them and shit.
Yo, I can see
the robot get old. Then you got, instead of car locks, you got robot locks. Where you can go, how old is this robot? Oh, this robot was made in 2023. It's 2040. Oh yeah, he's about 17 years old. I give you 3,000 for him. You hear me?
Yo, you gotta think about it. Remember, the Terminator was an old robot. Remember the fight against robots?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, remember he came back. He came back. What? He came back to the past or whatever. And remember the new one that he was fighting against. What's the new robot? Remember the one that could change and everything?
Yeah, the metallic shit going on.
Yeah, the Terminator was an old model.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so this shit about to be wild. I don't know, man. I think that I want to tell the people who don't have no fear, because there's always a way around their bullshit. Like, we gonna have robots to kill robots. Like,
yeah, well, that's how they gonna have fight the wars. U.S. gonna have their robots, China gonna have their robots, Russia gonna have their robots and their automatic planes, and you ain't gonna need people to fight the war.
That shit crazy.
And you know the hood, you know you're gonna see them all in the hood, cause what Elon Musk robots, what they say they're gonna start at around 30,000. Just imagine they're gonna be in the hood, people gonna be financing robots. They're gonna be all on the app, hanging out with people and everything.
They're gonna be selling drugs with robots selling drugs. Blue Rock said, nah, Neo is the new model from the Matrix. That Matrix had a lot of shit.
Yeah.
The lady said that shit, the Matrix is a mixture of, she was saying something crazy. She said the Matrix is the Terminator. The Terminator, the boy in the Terminator.
Oh yeah, that was supposed to be Neo, right? Or whoever.
Yeah, but she was bugging like, that's Jesus.
Yeah, she said, she's connected to the Bible, and
she was going in like, what? She was saying that shit. I couldn't really see it. But she was saying, I'm like, this bitch sound kind of crazy. Like, maybe it was over my head. Like, what she was saying, how that shit connected. Part 1 was the Terminator. Part 2 was the Matrix. And somehow it was telling us, I forgot what she was saying.
Then she started going all into the Bible and this and that, and
yeah, that bitch. She is she still alive?
I think she's still alive.
I might do some research on who she is.
I'm sure she probably got a Facebook fan page or something.
Well, documentary, because to me, she kind of weird, man. Maybe because I don't understand the robot shit. She talking like, where was she educated at, or where the fuck she come from? Like, to know all this shit, like, to even write like that, a black lady, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck she's from. And they stole all that shit from her, though. She didn't even get paid. I think she's still trying to get paid.
What's her name? Sophia Stewart?
Sophia Stewart. I don't know.
Oh, yes, it says primary link to a writer named Sophia Stewart. Stewart alleged that the original manuscript, The Third Eye, yeah, that was the name. That was the name what she claimed was The Third Eye. Written in the 1980s.
I can see the Matrix being called that.
Written in the 1980s, was inspiration for both for the Matrix and the Terminator franchise. She claims her work was used without by her consent. In 2003, she filed a lawsuit. Yeah, because I remember a couple years back, she's on the radio. She said the lawsuit was still pending because I guess the Hollywood or whoever, they had money, so they kept prolonging it and doing this and doing that. It says however, Stewart's lawsuit was dismissed in 2005 as the court found insufficient evidence to support their claims. Despite the legal outcome, the story has persisted online and gained attention over the years. It says, Wachowskis, who wrote and directed The Matrix, have not acknowledged Stewart's claim and has consistently been credited as the original creators. Yeah, because they got that money. They got the long Hollywood money. You know, they can buy judges and everything.
She made, like he said, she made the movies. You could see the sincerity of her conversation, like.
Yeah.
But that's what they do to us, man. They steal our they pick our brains, and we be so naive.
Yeah, because I remember she said she sent it. I guess whoever they was, she said she sent it to him, the script or whatever. And she said next thing you know, a couple years later, they had movies out and they never got back to her. But yeah, that's they've been doing that with songs, movies.
You see the footage of the damn, what the fuck was his name? Elvis stole his shit. Black dude.
Oh, from you're talking about the one that sounded like the one Elvis sounded like.
Yeah, he took the whole song.
And then he had it was one dude that Elvis bit his whole style, the way he used to sing and everything. And then you had the stuff he stole from what was it? Chuck Berry.
Yeah.
The way he used to do that little they used to call the duck walk, and he redid Chuck Berry's song.
You know, that's what they was doing in the industry. They was like, they said a white group can come in there and hear a black group and say, I want that song. And that's what it was.
But did you see the dude? There was one dude that he had the sound, and Elvis stole his whole sound, the way he sung and everything. I can't think of it.
Yeah, he was on David Letterman, and David Letterman interviewed him, a short interview, and he said, go up there and can you do the song? He did the song, and then they edited where they showed right after that Elvis singing the song identical. Same words, everything. Same accent, the way he was saying it. He said Elvis seen him one day perform, and after that, he stole his whole style, he said. Yeah, so I mean, it's crazy when it comes to music. everybody got they style from somewhere.
Yeah.
Everybody got influence from somebody. I was watching some shit about the nigga Little Richard.
A Little Richard.
Yeah, he trying to say he ain't gay no more towards the end of his, you know.
Oh yeah, he became a preacher, and he's talking against. He should talk about how it was a sin and this and that and this and that.
Yeah, he was talking about the same thing they talk about now about the industry, how you know, drugs is influenced, a lot of cocaine. The producers, the directors, and all that shit is like forcing, you know, that agenda on people, and it's basically like if you want to be famous, that's what they gotta do.
Did you see that? I had posted something where it was Richard Pryor bodyguard. He was talking about how what was dude's name? Dude that had his own show, black dude.
Arsenio Hall?
Nah, that's before. He was like he was one of the first black dude has his own TV show. He was a comedian. I can't even think of his name, but anyway, he said this dude used to be Richard Pryor bodyguard, but he said what's the black dude name? I think it was like in the 60s. He had his own TV show. Flip Wilson. He said he was with Flip Wilson. He said so.
I might want to go back and watch them shows. They got it on YouTube.
Wilson? The Flip Wilson show. He said
that might be all right.
He said so. Flip Wilson said, you know the difference between me and I guess this person, that person. He said, I own my house in Hollywood. He said they rent this, and he said he asked Flip Wilson why he never go to the parties. And he said Flip Wilson took him to 3 parties just to show him. And this had to be maybe like in the early 70s, I think. He said Flip Wilson just took him to some Hollywood parties. He said the stuff that I seen, he said you would never believe. He said the people running around, engaging in all types of crazy sexual acts, wearing black fingernail polish, and this was back then. And each room had something crazy going on, and he was just going in. And he said that's why Flip Wilson never went to none of those parties. He said because all the stuff that used to take place. And he said like Flip Wilson also, he had a skit where he used to dress as a woman on the show, and he said Flip Wilson explained to him that like he could say something dressed up as a lady that no black man could ever say and get away with it.
Yo, that's crazy because the motherfucker Little Richard said that. He said the white people will let him do a show if he dressed up as a straight man. He said when he put the makeup on and you know the hairdos and the clothes,
yeah, they
let him do shows anywhere because they felt he wasn't a threat to the white woman.
Yeah, and then he was saying how Flip Wilson he was saying and how Flip Wilson just say like when he did do the skit with the lady in the dress and how the white entertainers like how they used to flirt with him like his own TV and everything like. But he said the only reason he did that, he said because it was things that he could say that a black person could never say, a black male could never say.
So they've been promoting that. And I believe he made up that excuse because he wanted to dress like that. Fuck out of here, nigga. He said all that. He said all that about the parties and shit without dressing like that. Why the fuck he couldn't say dress straight? I think that'd be part of the package because no matter how independent he was, you mean to tell me he had his own black camera crew and all that? He had somebody had to put him on the TV.
Well, I don't know if he has
was part of his plan right there.
I don't know if he has his own black camera crew, but you know that probably was part of the package deal.
Yeah, it had to be.
They figured, demasculate the black man, you know.
And you know what? Now that I think about it, when you said that, like, and when the dude Little Richard said that, like, at the end of the day, that's what they worried about. They worried about that white woman getting taken. But half of the niggas, they ain't thinking about them bitches. Some bitches be thinking about us. You feel me?
Yeah, because they said at one point they hated who was it? Chuck Berry, the one that Elvis stole his moves from. He said he used to love young white girls. He got locked up a couple times.
Yeah, that Chuck Berry documentary is crazy. Yup. Hey man, shout out to you, man. Shout out to everybody. Another successful show. You know what I mean? Tomorrow, I want to do Cheaters Part 2. Is it Part 2 or 3? Did we do 2
Might
or 3?
be Part 3.
Yeah, I want to do Cheaters Part 3. To know and improve you. You know what I mean? I want some retired cheaters up here to explain to the youth how much money they can save by getting, and I know when you're young, you want to go out there and have fun, but what is young and what is not young?
Yo,
when is the time to, find that significant other and build on, your credit, save some money instead of tricking with this or that one. So yeah,
Lil Wayne said it ain't tricking if you got it, but you see the comment he put out now talking about white single. But
I watched that. Yeah, we're gonna have to get that clip too to play tomorrow. That's on your
it's in the
podcast. Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, somebody done got him. But he ain't playing that shit no more. That shit, they done broke his ass. Yeah. Like I said, salute to everybody, man. Good show, man. Shout out to Blue Racks, Shield Stratus, and everybody out there, man. To the next show, man. Y'all be safe, you heard?
All right, peace.
Peace, Lord. Let me see.
Late Gas Radio Show. K the Boss. Brought to you by Late Gas Radio. You are now tuned in to the Lake Gas Radio. Brought to you by Lake Gas Reefy. Come and hear the show. Share and subscribe. It's a whole nother vibe. Watch a real street nigga go live. Give you all the real facts, the real deal. Show you how the hood feel. Black politics, the current events, you might get the chills. It's just a day in the life of the culture. All my youngins tap into an educated soldier. Peace to the gods, peace to the earth. Sit you down and stretched out. Make sure you know your worth. Go and hustle for yours. Get your face out the dirt, cause your heart's still beating. It can be way worse. 1500, we got it out the mud. We all love the hood, but the streets show no love. We on all platforms, come and listen to the truth. It's a Ski Vasquez, I lit a fire in the booth.
Always trust everyone to be themselves, but trust in fact you can see them well. I mean, it was like, trust. It takes too much energy to not trust someone. I mean, it takes too much energy. You only gotta stay 2 steps ahead of them, whatever. But trust them to be there.
To be themselves.
Trust the snake to fight you. Trust the lion to lie. Trust the thief to steal from you. Trust them to be there. But know them when you see them.